But this is what I'm going to do. I am going to join Hirschbach Lease, and I'm also going to start training drivers for Hirschbach. So I'm going to do this firsthand so I can bring a real-time information to you guys. Let me know if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe now. Tune in. Greetings. Hope you're doing great wherever you are, whenever you are watching this video. Just checking in with you guys. I've been getting questions from a few of my videos about how much money can you make per week, let's say at Prime or at Hirschbach. Some people will tell you $2,000 a week, and I would watch some trucking videos and I would go through some of the comments, and you'll see people in there saying, oh, that's nothing, I make $3,000 a week and I am home every weekend. And there are these jobs out there, and there are different situations why certain people will make certain amount of money. I personally don't feel the need to take my pay stubs and show the people to prove I'm making X, Y, Z. But don't just watch these videos, read these comment sections, and come into trucking with high expectations, especially when you're just getting your CDL, because you're a rookie driver. You're coming in with this high expectation, and your first or even your second year, let's just face it, you won't be getting the amount of money that an experienced driver with 3 years, 4, 5, 6 years with a CDL and no accidents will be getting, especially if he's at a certain company working. You know what I mean? So that can be a bit demotivating when you come into the industry with all these high expectations. There's the company side, there's the lease side. A lot of people will tell you you could make more money leasing. It's also more responsibilities. You could make your money being a company driver without that much responsibilities. It's different. People have different tolerance for certain things. Let's say you don't want all that responsibility of dealing with the fuel. You have to file your own taxes in most cases. You have the truck payment. If something is wrong with the load and that you're taking to a receiver and they reject that load, if it's on you, sometimes when you are on a lease contract, that responsibility is on you. I find most of the time when you're a company driver, the company more like to take that responsibility. So there's so much difference. But this is what I'm going to do. I am going to join Hirschbach Lease, and I'm also going to start training drivers for Hirschbach. So I'm going to do this firsthand so I can bring a real-time information to you guys. Let me know if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe now. Tune in. Do your research. Do your research. I used to watch a lot of trucking videos. I was in a lot of comment section. And you know what I learned? I learned that sometimes you need to just know what you need to know and then take a leap of faith. You can't just sit there waiting for the perfect advice, the perfect trucking job. Someone is going to tell you, this is a bad trucking company. That is a bad trucking company. Oh, I would never go to Prime. They're robbing the drivers. Bruh, sis, fam, you're getting your CDL. You stay with that company for 1 year. You leave with your CDL, you don't owe the company anything. If you leave before the 1 year, you probably pay $4,000 or $5,000. That is what some of these trucking schools are charging you right now. Without the trucking experience over the road with a trainer, you just go to the trucking school. They teach you how to back the truck. They teach you how to drive. They teach you how to do the pre-trip. You pass, you get your CDL, and then you're on the road. So, I mean, I personally think going to a Prime, a Hirschbach, a rail transportation, or I think Schneider has a CDL school as well. I've been hearing mixed things. Even Swift, I said it. Go there, go through their CDL training program, get your CDL, do a year, and you can move on. No company is perfect. What might be a good company for you might not be a good company for somebody else. But you have to learn to take a leap of faith. You could watch 1,000 Trucker Brown videos. I remember before I came into the trucking industry, I used to watch Trucker Brown, the Asian My Show, this guy from Prime, No Hippie Transportation, that dude. And just random trucking videos I was watching, binge watching. And at some point I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to go ahead, and I tried. Went into a big rig, 74-foot truck and trailer, right, together. For the first time, never driven before, not that massive experience. Learned about it, got my CDL, and before you know it, I was on the road, backing up into tight spots, you know, going to shipper receiver on my own, all that kind of stuff. So you have to take that leap of faith. You're gonna sit around watching the videos to try to learn everything. This is the best. Some company will pay you more cent per mile, but their hub, or wherever they're located, is not close to your home, or they don't have a lot of locations near your home. Because sometimes, let's say your truck has a problem and you're going to be in the shop, you want that place to be, you know, near your home in most cases, that you could probably go home while the truck is being worked on. Some company might pay you a little bit less than per mile, but they pay you more during training. You have some companies that do not pay during CDL training. So there's a lot of stuff out there, you know. Some people will tell you, oh, go to this company, you could make $2,000 a week, $3,000 a week. It's tricky. It's tricky. I'm not saying it's not doable, but there is so much that sorry, there is so much that happens on the road, where when you're calculating how much you could make per week, it will get affected at some point. And I don't really believe in this per week stuff, because you have home time, you have the truck might break down, you have slow freight, unless you're on an account that gives you a guaranteed amount of money per week. You know what I mean? And some of these companies, if you ever fail to send in a paperwork or something for a load, there's always something that could cause you to not get that guarantee incentive somewhere. So, you know, just be mindful of that. Some truck drivers have more experience than some. Some people will tell you, and you'll watch these videos and you'll see in the comment section, hey, I'm making $2,000 a week and I'm home every weekend. Don't go to that company. They're not telling you that they have 5-6 years of driving experience and a clean trucking record, and they're probably working for a mom and pop, not a mega carrier. That's why they're making that money. Also, some of the time they're just bullshitting, straight up. So yes, you got to watch these videos. They help hearing other truckers' experience, but some of the times, doing your own research, take a little leap of faith. Be careful of the comment section, because people talk a lot of crap. I've had people tell me before, oh, you're just saying this through because you're with Prime and Prime is paying. Nah, you're doing this because you're with Hirschbach. They always try to get in, you know, those keyboard warriors, always try to get disrespectful in the comment section, all kind of stuff like that. Man, I just want to tell you, if you're planning to get your CDL, go do it. You know, take that leap of faith. But be sure, before you do that, be sure to make sure you understand that in trucking, it is a lifestyle change. Sometimes you shower at truck stops. Sometimes because you're running your clock and whatever, and you want to make sure you're getting the miles in, you have to sleep at a shipper. You might have to sleep at a receiver. Sometimes you're just from a nice job where, you know, I used to work in hospitality, and you're so nice, hi with everybody. You go to a shipper or receiver, hi, good morning, and they're like, can I get your paperwork? Man, for real, sometimes they're just downright disrespectful. They don't like their jobs. They see trucker, they think trucker are making $1 million. Can I get your paperwork? Okay, sir, go back to your I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good morning. You know, I'm not here to talk and be friends, but at least good morning, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? I will say you go to some of these places, some of them will treat you nice. I'm not going to give every bad, every place a bad rep. But remember, it is a lifestyle change. Sometimes you have to meal prep to make sure that you eat healthy out here. You go to these truck stops. There is McDonald's, there is Arby's, there is, you name the fast food places, they're there. Burger King, Popeyes. But you know what I've noticed? And this is a funny thing. A lot of these places, they have a little area where there is salads, there is fruits, there's a few sandwiches, there's stuff like that. Nobody wants that. You see the big McDonald's sign, you're going into McDonald's. You see the big Wendy's sign, you're going over to Wendy's. That's what happens at these truck stops. And you have to watch how you eat out here, because you're not burning that much calories moving around that you would on a more physical job, especially driving for the refrigerated division. In flatbed, you might have to do more strapping down your loads, more, throwing the tarp over and putting up your bungee cords and all that. But you have to watch how you eat. You have to make sure you get your rest out here. It is a lifestyle change, man, on all aspects of life. And what you have to remember too in trucking, home does not stop for you. So you're going to get calls about what's happening at home. You're going to have, the world doesn't stop because you are out here trucking. And that can be it can be a bit frustrating because something might happen back home. You want to be there physically, but you can't. You might just have to make a phone call. You know what I mean? You're going to miss some birthdays. You're going to miss some social functions. You're going to miss a lot of that. You have to prepare yourself for that when you're coming into trucking. You see, people always think about when they're coming into trucking how much they can make. And then when they come into trucking, the reality hits that it's different from how much you can make. It's also the lifestyle that surrounds it. And also, normally what you think you can make is not what you make your first year or two. So just remember that. Don't have too much of a high expectation, but, if you come into it with the right mindset, you do your research, you will be okay. Because then some of the stuff would not be of a surprise to you. You know what I mean? When I just came into trucking, being away from home the first 4 weeks was very hard. Mentally, emotionally, you're away from family, you're learning a new job. I was excited about the trucking part of it, to be honest. It was exciting in that aspect, but it was pretty rough. After a while, you get going, you get more into it, and you're doing good. So hope I help you with that information. If you're thinking about coming into trucking, man, stay positive, do your research. Oh, and also click that like button, subscribe, become a part of the family. See you soon.